I need that real love. Call me when I'm sleeping like I'm still love. Even when. Alright, we rolling. He's live with me showing like his peripheral. There we go. Boom.
You kicking off?
Huh?
I said you kicking off?
We kicking off. I ain't even going live on this one. Maybe I should. I don't know.
I said you kicking off.
Yeah, I got this lady. You sipping. She's sipping? She's no. Alright, people, what's up? I got my man Jdefinition official in the building. Yeah, I mean, he in here, he working. And it's been like, I don't know, like a month and a half. We're supposed to link, but he's here. Yeah, I mean, he's here. I've been looking at you on IG, bro, like watching you do your thing. So, you know, definitely see the hard work. And, you know, I just want to know, like, what made you do music?
I started off as a songwriter back in 2012, writing for people in Philly, but I just felt like people would be wanting this shit, and after a while I felt like I was doing everything for them, and then I was like, fuck, I might just do my own shit.
Oh, so you was writing first for people?
Yeah. I was writing.
Ghost writing? I ain't never been in the concept of the ghost
What
writing.
genres?
Pop, R&B, trap.
You was writing track? How you?
So broad scale.
It's kind of easy. Trap was very easy, so you wasn't saying. You was like
I was saying boogity boogity.
There you go, yeah, I mean. Yeah, I mean, that's the vibes right there.
With the pistols.
But is there a core group you've worked with before, like in the industry? Like who have you tapped in with, either performed with or wrote for?
I mean, I've had some projects with like the producer of Def Jam, but that's about it. As far as like something like more out there. But like I work with a lot of underground artists, but the only thing is they just wasn't pushing themselves as an artist, so it's like I just had to fall back from it.
Okay. Okay.
So what you doing all the ghostwriting, right? Now that you're doing music for yourself, how would you describe what your sound is? What's your genre?
It's crazy too, because in the beginning, when I first started making music for myself, I felt like I was still writing for other people. So everything just didn't sound like me. But I finally found my sound.
Now, what did it take for you to find your sound? Yeah.
What did it take?
Yeah.
Just exploring different sounds and shit. That's why the project that I just put out this year, Intuition, I kind of tested the waters with a lot of different sounds like pop, trap, R&B, what else? Fucking Baltimore party music. I just tried a lot of different shit. But yeah, I feel like I definitely found my sound. It's more like, it's like a borderline between like pop and trap. That might even be like a new lane.
You want to create your own lane.
If you had to be category with artists, what, like, you know,
name a couple artists?
Yeah, name a couple artists that you feel like industry wise it would be what?
J. Cole, Drake. I thought I heard that beat before. J. Cole, Drake, Kendrick.
Oh, you a writer?
Oh yeah.
You a lyricist.
I like to think of it. I like to take my time to write my shit and not just say whatever.
How long does it take you to, when the beat hits your email, how long does it take until you have the complete project? Just wrote down, not recorded.
I feel like it's steps with that. Like, prime example, somebody just sent me a couple beats last night, and I actually started listening to them today, and the second beat that I heard, automatically, I just started getting words and shit coming in my head. And I just start playing with the beat and shit like that, and then once I kind of get like a melody and start getting like a hook and shit, then I'll actually go down to the book and shit, start writing shit down. And then probably lay down a little demo and shit, see how it sounds and shit. And go from there. Go to the studio, record it.
So what is it that you're working on right now?
That's a good question. Nobody asked me that during all the interviews I actually have been doing. But, alright, so y'all about to get the exclusive. I'm actually working on my next project. So I know I've been pushing the Intuition project and all that shit, and I'm still shooting videos for it. And I know people are like, damn, like, this nigga dropped that project back in March and he's still pushing that shit. But I'm actually like, really working on my next project. fuck it, since we doing this interview, so a little insight. It's gonna be called Truth or Dare, the next project, and it's gonna be like an A side and a B side. It's definitely gonna be like something completely different I've never done before and shit. Playing with different sounds and shit. Work with different engineers and producers. Try to come up with like a different sound from this last project I just worked on.
Okay.
Yeah, that shit gonna be fire.
You have any? You got any features on there?
Nothing solidified, but I definitely have like people in mind as far as who I want to work with. And I feel like with this project that I have out right now, Intuition, you know, I have features on it, but for this next project, I actually need people that's gonna be like, I can't explain it, that's out there, like more so like really doing this shit bigger than what I'm doing, like 10 times more bigger, because that's the wave I'm on. So.
Okay.
So you looking to work with more mainstream?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what the future's looking like for you? You
Oh,
looking
most
to
definitely.
get mainstream?
Like
and
near
out of indie?
future or
Very near future. And
Okay.
I mean, I'm not taking a shot at no other artists. I respect everybody crafting what they do, but honestly, I feel like some people get comfortable being an underground artist, and I'm just not. Like, I'm always hungry for the next thing. Like, I really want this shit compared to like people that do it like a part-time drug dealer.
right.
Like 1 week they got it, then next week they're like, oh no, I'm out. No.
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Trying not to run dry.
Right.
Gotcha.
Alright. Like what is your end goal? Where do you see Jdefinition at 5 years from now?
Oh, Jdefinition needs to be a household name. That shit need to be like up there with. I know I'm kind of reaching and shit, but definitely like if I can be at least get acknowledged by like the Jay-Z's and all of them, like they actually be under their radar. Like, oh yeah, we watching him. Like he got something. Like I think that's the goal, and I don't understand why people be wasting their money and time and all that shit, and then it's like they don't really be wanting that shit. And it takes a lot going into that shit too. Like you really gotta keep a tunnel vision because people will knock you off your square. Like it make you feel like you ain't got it. And I felt like that so many times, but I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna continue to do it. And now people are starting to gravitate to what I'm doing, so I feel like I got something going on now.
Alright, so seeing as though you're trying to get into the mainstream, what would be like your top 5 of artists you would want to work with or collab with?
Now, for me, that gets a little tricky just because it's like people try to label me as one thing or put me in like a box and shit, but like I'm really open-minded as far as working with like, I'll fuck around and work with pop artists and work with like fucking Jdefinition and shit like that.
Okay. So try to get a good mix in there.
Right.
Okay.
You know what? Because not to touch on his album, whatever, because I haven't like listened to it. But like you know how like Meek Mill came out with that Champion joint.
Yeah.
And it was so broad. It was like he had like R&B singers on it. It's like it made it like more universal instead of putting him in the box.
Right.
And that's the type of artist and kind of music I want to do.
Okay. What shows have you done? Like, have you hit like main stages or have you done like tours? Like, what's the vast?
Now I'll say this. Before the music, I was a choreographer, a dancer. Now shit like that. I feel like I did like big shit. I mean like little shit as far as it's not little, but like performances at the Dell and performing in ATL and performing in Atlantic City and shit like that. The Hard Rock joint, that was pretty dope. Places like that. But as far as my music and me being an artist, I feel like I'm trying to build that team so I can like push myself to do bigger venues and shit like that. Like I just had my own showcase called
Seen that.
Experience.
And you had the dancers behind you.
That shit was lit.
Yeah, I
like,
seen
it was definitely a
that.
vibe. Like
Where was that at?
It's this new spot down in Center City called Level Up.
Okay.
So it's like a black-owned spot, whatever the case would be, and I appreciate them for showing love and letting me use, the place as a platform, And I was actually more appreciative to be able to bring artists that I thought was dope onto like the showcase and perform for like.
So you put that whole thing together yourself?
Yeah.
So
I have no team, no management, no label, no backing, nothing. Everything I do is all from me and from my pockets. I pay my dancers, I pay the dance company, studio time, whatever the case would be, ideas for visuals. I do my own choreography. It'd be a lot.
damn, that's what's up. That's what's up. Like you bring a lot to the table versus the artistry and building your brand by
Right.
So I salute you on that part. It's a lot of work on that.
Definitely is.
So you worked on a few stages. Do you have any like a goal stage or goal venue, like something that would be like the ultimate performance spot for you?
Alright, I can start off small and then I get to ultimate. Small, like small ideally, and I feel like I can accomplish that. My next project is TLA in South Street.
Okay, that's doable. Very, very accomplishable. Next.
Yeah, and then as far as something big, I would definitely have to say what's that joint in New York?
The Apollo?
No.
Oh, I'm like, wait.
No. Like people be having concerts and shit in there, like
in the Nets arena.
No, I feel like it's something with like the
I know what he's talking about. It's leaving me too. I can't think of it.
I can't think of it.
It's like the big spot where it's like a big deal when you get in there.
Right.
Like you saying something when you get in. I can't think of it either right now.
Y'all got me. I don't know. I'm thinking like, Jay-Z brought the Nets and
or even
all the
something
shows
like
around
Times
there.
Square doing something for like
Times Square would be fly, and it's very doable to do Times Square. Actually, there's not a lot of people freelance perform on Times Square when you go to New York, but to actually set up a show might be something to look into. You know what I mean?
Now, out of all your performances, you ever get stage fright?
I feel like because I've been like a performer before the music and being a dancer and a choreographer, it kind of already prepared me for like this type of lifestyle and shit. But I mean, it happens all the time. Like I still get nervous. I still
get the butterflies.
Yeah, I still like, oh my god, like.
But that's healthy though. You can still feel it.
Right.
You got a feeling when you go out there. It's not, you don't become numb to it yet.
Right.
Has there ever been an artist or celebrity that you bumped into that had you starstruck? Like, oh shit, I can't believe it.
Ah man, I might sound like an asshole for saying this, but no. But I have ran into artists, and I don't know, like I just feel like they're human just like me, so we just be busting up and chopping it up and shit. Like
there you go.
And then like I want to keep the conversation going and keep it engaged and shit, and I want them to look at me like, yo, you showing shit like I gotta go.
You know what's crazy? Her first time in Atlanta, I had a show with Young Jock. So we're doing the show with Young Jock.
And I definitely don't get starstruck.
She don't get starstruck, but she's across the room texting me because he had his hat on. So she kept texting me. So he had his perm under
I'm
his
just
hat.
as much of an asshole as he is.
Because when he first walked in, like he walked in and it was a vibe. You know what I mean? He didn't come in on no Hollywood shit. He came in, we sitting at the bar, we blowing, we drinking, everybody vibing. So then when the performance started and stuff, and I'm on stage talking to him and she's texting me like, does he got his perm on under his hat?
Yo.
And I'm looking at him like, I don't know.
I'm like, tell him to take his hat off.
Yeah, see if he takes his hat off before the end of the night. So, those are little things that we run into during the travels. How far has your performances reached out via the dancing or being the artist side of it? How many states have you hit and so forth?
I mean, so far as far as being the artist, farthest right now is only AC. I mean, but again, this is all from the muscle. This is all like me booking my own shows, and I gotta do all this behind the scene work that I didn't expect for myself to do. I'm like, damn, I just want to be a fucking artist, but I gotta do all the talking and shit and business
So,
shit.
if you had a chance and you were approached with help from a major label or an indie label, what would you want them to bring to the table?
Just more so support what I'm trying to do and stand by my vision as far as me being an artist. I think that's just my most important thing. And just, like, I'm not gonna say so much more than money, but yeah, money does do a big difference, like as far as like, pushing you to the right people and just promoting you in the right way and shit like that. I can only do but so much, and I feel like I've been doing a hell of a damn good job to get people to like, oh, I seen his face before.
Right. When you walked in, that was my guy, Just Chill. Just Chill, he's been around a lot, so they say, yeah, I did a show with him before I was on the lineup with him before. You all the way to hell in the county. Yeah, I mean, you all the way in the county. And niggas like, oh yeah, I did a show with him. Because when I said, yeah, he coming over, he was like, Man, that name sounds familiar. I gotta see his face. Then he walked in, he was like, yeah, I definitely did a show with him before. Yeah. So you definitely done something like to be seen.
Right.
I just want like whoever's gonna like be my backing to just push me harder than what I push myself. Cause I feel like right now I've been working with people who it's just like the way I look at it, I'm like, if I feel like I'm on your back about what I'm trying to do, then I feel like it defeats the purpose. Like I need somebody who's gonna be on my back, like make me tired, like wear me the fuck out, like damn, like this and that, and tell me like you really want this, like this is what we gotta do. Like I'm on people's back, and I'm like, so what's the point of me hiring you? I feel like I'm just putting my money into like I can keep that shit in my pocket.
Right.
And I'm not rich, you know. I'm doing all this for the muscle, so it's just like I just need a team that is gonna like. We gotta bust our asses together so we can get to where we can
Where
get.
do you feel like what's missing? What's missing that's not helping you get seen, or what do you feel like that you're lacking at versus doing it by yourself that you want somebody to pick up?
It's more about just people, certain people believing in the image and the name and the brand of Jdefinition. Like I can't force people to believe it, but like you know, I made non-believers believers this year. Like people were like, yo, like I really thought you was like joking around when you say you want to do music shit, but like you really are doing this shit. And I just really want somebody to just like believe in me just as much as I believe in me. Like that's it. I don't
Your
ask for
music
much.
is your baby.
Right.
You want somebody else to care for your baby like you care for your baby.
Right.
You know, I got the same vision.
Right.
I heard it. If you could work with 5 artists, 3 being excuse me, God damn, bro, this shit is strong.
I'm sorry, I mixed that.
3 being industry and 2 being independent. Who would it be?
I'm trying to think of artists first. Actually, my guy, Aaron Thomas, who pulled up at my showcase, I think he's pretty dope. And, yeah, you know, he's out here doing his thing and shit. So I definitely want to work with him, and I feel like it's very more than possible. We actually had conversations about like working together and shit. So I definitely want to work with him. Where else? I can't even think. I feel like my brain's just like on numb right now. But it's one more independent artist that I've seen that's like being like I think that person's dope. Like definitely want to work with. Mainstream. Definitely Drake. Like.
Oh, you like Drake? He's tapped in with Drake.
I'm really tapped in.
What makes Drake stand out versus other artists?
Because when he first started, he was just like broad. Like you can't put him in a box. Like he be trying to sing. He be trying to do pop music. He be trying to do track, like, and that's the type of artist that I want to be. Like, I don't want to be categorized like, oh well, we gotta push you towards pop fans or just push you toward like track. Like, I don't want to be like in a box. And I feel like he's not
for everybody.
right. Mm-hmm. Like this nigga making album music, making music with Rihanna, and then can switch over and talk trap shit, and then switch over and try to sing on some shit. Like, I like diversity.
Okay.
So it keeps it interesting as an artist.
What made you want to be an artist?
Honestly, it's just going back to the whole being a songwriter. It just when I'm telling you, like, yeah, I'm saying a lot right now. So whoever watching this live, like, they probably like, yo, like, I know he felt like that, but like when I tell you, like, because I was trying to make like a profile for myself as far as being a songwriter, so I'm investing in people as far as paying for the studio sessions, going to their crib, writing the music for them, teaching it to them. I'm like doing all this shit, and I'm just like, and then sometimes they feel like they don't even want to do it, or people say on music that I wrote for them that it's just like, yo, like people need to hear this shit, and he's like, oh well, I don't know I'm gonna do it yet. You wasting my time at this point because I could actually sell this shit to somebody and make bread off of this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So that right there was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this shit in my own hands. I got some hot ass shit that I feel like the world needs to hear, so that's what I did.
So what would life be like for you without music?
I don't know. Life just ain't the same without music. It's just, I always been into music. Like, even as a kid, my uncle was a DJ and just having his block parties and having people just dance and vibe out to like the tracks he's playing and shit. Like I was always just so into music and shit. Like I've been wanting to learn how to DJ when I was a kid, and then like as far as being a dancer, and then growing to be a choreographer, working with kids and all that shit, and then grown into being an artist, like music has always been a part of my
So it
life.
always
So
had hold of you from a young age.
yeah, I wouldn't have no direction without music.
Alright, do you remember the very first song you wrote?
Shit, I was 12 years old and I remember that shit.
You remember it?
Let
me hear some of it right now.
Oh, no.
Come on. Let me hear some of it right now. Let me hear like 5 bars right now.
The funny thing about it, I was 12 years old talking about love. What the fuck did I know about love? Like, that shit was hilarious. Like, I'm talking about something. What did I say? Wanna take the time out from the love that we making to have a deep conversation, show my appreciation. I'm like, how did I know about that? Like, what? And you know what it is too? All my life I've always been around old heads and stuff, so I'm always listening to like that older music and shit like that. So like a track that I actually want y'all to hear, which is I Get Lifted remix. Like,
alright, we're gonna play that.
Yeah, that's definitely it's influenced by like just the people I've been around and shit like that. Like people didn't even know that was a back in the day song. They was like, oh, this sounds like, and I was like, this is a sample. But y'all don't do your history or whatever. So.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people don't do their history.
Alright, it's a rough question then.
Ah, shit.
This for the people that's on your live. This for that camera when we edit this and post this on YouTube. You single?
I single.
Huh? No, are you single?
Oh, am I single?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually.
He's not a single Pringle, y'all.
Oh, so you off the market?
Yep, I'm actually in a relationship. A whole relationship.
Do they support? Yeah, he got all soft. He got soft and shit.
Cracking the fuck up.
Do they support you?
So yeah, it's pretty interesting to talk about this. So you know, being completely transparent with both of y'all. So originally, you know, I'm bi or whatever and all that, but I just always like to keep my private life and shit like that. And then as far as I know how the music industry is, and you know, like they kind of give you a hard time with all that shit, whatever it can be. But what I'm starting to learn between working on a new project and actually having this project out is, at the end of the day, we are born just to die, and it's like, do I really want to live my life like unhappy? I just want to be happy, and
that's all anybody wants.
at the end of the day, I've seen people who I actually spoke to people who are actually in the industry but behind the scenes, and they be like, yo, like, I've been so miserable for all my life because I never was able to be who I really wanted to be, or I just, you know, because of what everybody
People
thinks and
need
shit.
that though. People
Right.
need that and they need to see that.
Yeah. Like here's the thing with music, you gotta be open. It's sad, but you have to be your life. Not only do they watch you as an artist, they watch you as an individual.
Yeah.
So
people live through
right
you.
when Jdefinition goes home, people are still living the life of Jdefinition. Because when I seen him, he was doing this, and when I seen him, he was doing that.
Right.
It could be Sunday and you don't close,
Right.
and whatever your real name is, that's who you are on Sunday.
Right.
And they want to know how he separate his clothes when he do laundry.
Yeah.
Let me see what he ate for breakfast.
Yeah, bro, shit.
Pulled up on, I just pulled up to the motherfucking laundromat, seeing Jdefinition doing this motherfucking laundry and shit. You know what I mean? Like, so, with that being said, how would you handle that? Like, just being out in the street versus being a hood celebrity and then a A-list celebrity. How would Jdefinition walk into a packed venue? How would he work that?
When I say Justin and Jdefinition are two completely different people, it's like it's like a light switch. It goes off and on. Like right now, you're talking to Jdefinition, but like Justin's like the complete opposite person. So I mean, me walking into like venues and shit like that, you have to be aware that you are an artist, and whenever you are out and about, I could be literally at the bar, and I still have to be aware that if somebody see me, you know, like I have to, you know, keep a certain image and shit like that. It just all comes with the music and the industry. And at the end of the day, you just kind of always got to be aware to keep the people, give the people what they want.
Right.
Honestly, and you can have hot music, but you gotta also have something about you that takes you to like another level. Like I know people who actually like are fire and they underground artists, but it's because their social life is kind of boring or they're kind of like plain Jane. People people just not gonna like really gravitate towards them. It's like you gotta have that something about you, like almost like a Cardi B. Like yeah, like her music was like, listen, we're not about to start this whole Cardi B, Nicki shit. Like, don't hop on my shit, do that. I had nothing against either one of them, but I'm just saying, like, Cardi music is okay, it's good and stuff, but it's because of the personality she brought, because of that image that she brought that was like, yeah, we're gonna push her.
Personality attracts more of the crowd, right?
Compared to all the girls that she was like doing music with the whole love and hip hop shit.
Right. So let me ask you this. So your performance persona, how separate is that from your real life persona? There's got to be some kind of at least slight connection there.
So where would the connection be at?
Because you know, like when we're on our show, we're assholes. But we're kind of assholes in real life.
Yeah, it's kind of what you see is what you get.
We're a little more extra assholes when we're on the show, but in real life
we're still
assholes.
Like what you see is what you get.
So is it just like a more of a projection of who you are in real life, just more personified, or is it something totally different?
I feel like it's the opposite. Like so many people like that will probably get to know me, and like let's say I'm chilling with somebody on like some, you know, we just chilling or whatever. We chilling, and then I might be to myself or conservative or just a little quiet or whatever the case may be, and then I'll be like, they be like, oh, you do music, let me see one of your videos or let me listen to your music, and then they hear it, they like, that's really you? And I'm like, ain't you watching the video? They be like,
right.
This is two completely different people I'm talking to right now. Like this man right here is like on some cocky, confident, he know what he want, and then you're just so humble, you just so like.
So you got
chilling.
the light switch.
Yeah. It's that light switch effect.
So what does Jdefinition do when he's home? What is your downtime?
What does my downtime consist of? I love cooking and yeah, I'm good at shit. I don't understand why I'm gaining weight. I'm always fucking eating something. And just more so chilling like. But my days are always just getting meshed up together. So even on my chill days, I'm always thinking about like, damn, I need to like reach out to people and find beats or start writing and start working. So Jdefinition is always throughout my day.
So there's no come home, play 2K, smoke a Dutch, relax, none of that?
From time to time, but I feel like the type of person I am, even outside of music, like I'm always like a hard working person. Like you could give me like 2 days out the week, and then after that I'm like, I gotta find something to do. Like I need something.
Always turning.
Right, I'm like, I need something to do. Like fucking, I'm about to switch the whole room up. Just like, I need
Alright, okay, I get it.
I gotta do something.
Right.
I get it, okay.
Oh God, that's you?
Why?
Who knows?
CEO Big Boy. I
Now,
when they done.
You were saying that a lot of the things you do is all just from you.
Yeah.
Now, I know over time, when you put the work in, a lot of people always want to have something to say or give you some direction or whatever. Everybody has to have their input. If you've had any, what would you say is the best advice you've ever had? If anybody's ever given you any good advice, what would you think the best advice was that you received?
It's actually something that I'm trying out right now for the first time, because one thing about me, I could be like kind of hard-headed and stuck in my ways. Like if I want something a certain way, I have to see it through or whatever. But
you gotta see the fuck up. Whether it's good or bad, you have to see the result. Right. I get it.
Like everybody put their hand on the fire, I'm like, well, maybe it ain't gonna burn me, but it burns.
Right.
Maybe if I put the back of my hand on it, it won't burn.
I get it. I get it. Okay.
But one thing that somebody gave me advice about is just show more of who you are instead of too safe when I first dropped the project, because I'm like, I don't know what people gonna think, if they gonna like it, they gonna fuck with it. But now it's just like you kind of gotta have that little part of you that's like, I don't give a fuck what y'all think, and I'm just gonna do it. Right. And it's actually working out for me.
So it's working for you. So would you say that you would take that same piece of advice and give that to somebody else, or do you have your own piece of advice that you've developed from everything you learn now that you would give?
I would definitely give that advice to somebody, but ultimately, I would really tell any up-and-coming artist, like, kind of just have tunnel vision and just block all the noise out from everybody, even if it's me. Like whatever, like do what you want to do. Don't do anything like. I mean, I know people that be like, "Oh, you should make more party music or dance music because that should or this." No,
Right.
do exactly what you want to do and make people gravitate towards it. You know.
That makes sense.
Question about project wise.
Yeah.
What is your definition of the perfect project completion from start to finish? Like your rollout, your IG, your Facebook, or what is your perfect attack to let the people know that you have an album coming out?
Well, this next project, I actually got some crazy ass ideas as far as how I want to drop it and shit. I'm not trying to say too much information, but like, I'm definitely going to take it to another level to the point that it's just like, damn, like this nigga like put this shit out there, like, But as far, alright, I can say this about the Intuition project, and I felt like it actually worked for me. Just constantly just keep pushing it in people's face, even if they be like, God damn, like you posting it, like it doesn't matter because to the 20 people who already seen it, it might be 5 new people who just now seeing it or whatever it could be. Just push it and push it and push it, and I go back to the whole part-time drug dealer thing. Like don't be like. I hate artists who do shit like this. I really do. It drives me up a fucking walk, especially when a song is good and I'm listening to it. They push it for the whole week, push it for next week, and then after that, that's the last thing you hear from it. And then it's like, and then they talk about some new era loading. Nigga, you didn't even push this era. Like, what do you?
Right.
I hate that. It just feels like it's in vain. And I know people are like, damn, he's still pushing this Intuition project. But I honestly feel like if I didn't do it the way I did it, my streams wouldn't even be looking like how they look.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do. When you
gotta
create
put
an
feet
album,
on it. You gotta get traction.
Right.
When you create an album, you pick 3 to 5 tracks that you want to perform and you want to be heard, and you work them. And as you're working those individual tracks, that's when you hit them with the album at the end and say, okay, y'all heard this, but here's the complete package of all this, and you continue to work that package as much as possible. You know, you just gotta. But you got the right steps. You definitely got the drive.
And you know, I ain't saying no names at all or whatever, but you know, like it's a couple of artists that I do peep. And I know
You can
like
say it.
Huh?
You can say it.
Listen, I'm already like trying to squash the beefs that
You got beefs in the industry?
people.
You got indie beefs?
I do.
How do you got indie beefs? Who's beefing with in the indie?
Listen, all I can say is like people really been coming at me sideways like on some shit like tagging me and shit or just like DMing me like why you got like probably people like it'd be like oh why you gotta do a interview with Jdefinition because I asked him.
Cause
Like,
I can. That's why. Tell them that. Cause I can.
Fuck you, pay me, bitch.
no, like it'd be like you know like they be like out of all the interviewers why you had to go to that like. We all can make it out here. We can all eat and stuff like that.
Well, everybody's gonna have an issue with something that you do. How do you go about squashing the beef? Do you run down niggas with the blicker on? You run down on when they performing like, hey nigga, come here.
With the pistol.
Remember you said.
Come off the stage real quick. I got the pistol on me.
Yo, I'm fucking like, listen. No, it's not even that. It's just mentally, I feel like I'm like a lot of steps ahead compared to how people think and shit like that. And I know that certain shit can mess up people image and shit. So basically, what I'm trying to say with that is, I know that there's certain people who are underground just like me that if they feel like they gotta beef with me and shit like that, you never know what they're doing behind my back as far as going to certain people. Oh, don't work with him. Oh, you heard about the and it's just like that shit petty. Like and like I don't even know I get in my way right now. I'm like. I'm doing 90 down the highway right now.
Tunnel vision. If they're not important, either run over them or we'll go around them.
So it's more like a listen. I just start reaching out like, listen, I don't have no beef. It's all love. We can all eat out here in the streets, and it is what it is. Like I'm not saying, oh, you know, let's make up and let's go grab some beers on Friday. It's not that.
Right.
It's definitely on some shit like, listen, we good. You know, you do your thing. I do my thing. And that's just it. Like.
All right. Besides the album, what else do you have coming up, show wise or?
So I actually have a festival, Sunflower Festival on Sunday.
You going to Sunflower Festival?
They're
performing?
This will be my first time performing there. Which
Yeah, I got tickets for the Sunflower. I always go every year. I got tickets for the Sunflower Festival.
yeah, so
Sidebar, I got tickets for the Sunflower Festival.
This is how I find things out.
fun facts.
Just to let you know. In case we got bored, I got tickets to the Sunflower Festival. I almost had a stage.
Really?
Yeah, they fuck with me. I've been going to the Sunflower Festival for like 4.5 years.
Oh shit.
And I just go to support. That's it. Support. Politics with other DJs, politics with the person who put it together. And it's a good vibe. So this year they was like, hey, they actually reached out to me like, hey, you pulling up this week? I'm like, I didn't plan on it. Hey, check your email. I got 2 tickets for you. All right, cool. Appreciate it. I'll be there. Yeah, pull up. So.
Yeah, my boy Marcus G, he's having a event there this Sunday. And I think it's dope for me to perform there because, like, my cousins and shit, they just be going there, like, getting the tickets, going there, we be having a good time and shit. And the vibe is just crazy in that joint.
Yeah, it's all love in that joint. It's really like, it's low key like hippie.
I was gonna say
it's
that.
low key on that hippie vibe, like everybody's peace, man.
It's giving me like a small version of like Coachella.
Yeah, like peace, man. You're performing all right, man. Let me know what time, man. We're there for you, man. It's really like Stone Cold hippie vibe. Like, it's like everybody in there smoked the ounce and they just came to watch people dance. Smoke the ounce and pop the molly. And you're gonna perform, man. All right, cool. He's performing. Yo, I swear to God, yo.
Like, bro, that performance was awesome.
Yo, it'd be crazy as shit. It's shit like 5% Coachella, like 3% Coachella.
Yeah.
Cause Coachella hold a fucking crowd. Like they do that shit in the desert with nothing there. They just create a show in the desert.
Like,
motherfuckers pull up.
I just
That
wonder,
little
where y'all get that
patch of sand right there.
Like no destination. They just create some shit
like,
in the
where y'all get that
desert.
electricity from?
Yeah, like they just create. We're gonna have Coachella in the desert in London. There's a desert in London? Like I didn't know that shit.
Listen, you know us folks, we be a little skeptical, like, this is the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is like a setup.
Right? You start calling people like, listen, this is my location.
I've been many places and I definitely
If I don't come back in 3 days.
I'm gonna leave my locator on just in case.
Yo,
If it don't ping after a while, just pull up. This is where I was at. We definitely had a couple of spots like that where it was a little, it was touch and go. Where we sat in the car and was like, do we really want to do this? Like, are you hungry? Because I'm hungry. We don't even got to go in. We gonna get something to eat. I've definitely done those. I've definitely left the venue.
Oh, shit.
Like pulled up,
Pull
yeah,
up
I'm
and look
outside.
like, yeah,
All right.
This ain't it.
You know what? We not even gonna go in. Let's just... What happened? I don't know, bro. I had to leave.
See, I'm the opposite. I don't know why. I be like feeling like I'm gonna let somebody down. And then I be sitting there too, like, I'm so.
You stay to the end, and now you're upset.
No, not even that.
I'm
But like,
wasting my motherfucking time.
they be like, all right, next we got Jdefinition. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I can't believe I stood for this shit. I'm supposed to leave.
Right.
Yeah, see that? But being an artist, you have to do those things. That's the crazy part about it. Like, a lot of people don't get that. Pulling up and networking with these artists.
Just showing
That
face.
just showing face. Like, that shit counts and people don't understand. Just being in a building and meeting a person who event it was and just,
Even
you
if
know,
you don't feel like it.
yeah, they remember that shit. Like, oh man, this is my man Jay. He was at my last event. You couldn't have did shit. You just pulled up, took a selfie, had a drink with the nigga. But you supported the movement, and they remember like just the small shit. You don't even have to perform, but you supported the movement, and you let them know that you supported the movement. So it means a lot more for people. This shit is annoying.
And speaking of like me being on some like old school type vibes, I feel like that shit is like real important. Like people get so wrapped up in the whole, oh, social media is gonna do it just enough. Like you have to show face. You have to be in these places with people.
Yeah.
Like social media is just half of the battle. Like after that, like
The rest is on you.
Right.
The rest is on you.
Yeah, social media is cool, but people still like real life.
Yeah, the whole part. And it actually reflects like as far as like I've seen people who I've been like, yo, like their music is tough, and then I finally see them in person, and it's like it's a disconnection. It's like you make music like this, but then you're performing like real insecure, or you're performing like real scary. It's like it's not relating the messaging relating for me. So yeah.
Just a booth artist.
Right.
All
That's
right.
what I
A
call
studio
them.
recorder.
Yeah, the
So
booth
what's the
artist,
first
yeah.
song you want us to get into that the public can hear?
So, I just dropped my my single for DM. I dropped it about, what is it? It's probably going on like a month now, maybe 3 weeks. And it's actually made it to the Pop Smash Top 10. It's been on there for like 3 weeks now.
Well, all right.
Top 10, so I'm feel a little good about that. It's actually moved down to number 9. I'm trying to get them boots in though. So definitely DM.
Hey, send them links out.
Oh, most definitely, I got you.
It's alright, you allowed to be hype about that.
So what's the name of the first drum we gonna do?
DM. Actually, you actually had the video up.
That was it right there, DM. Yeah, I do. Ain't that a bitch? he be dancing. You don't get out of breath.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This one.
You gotta play that shit off where ad-libs like, woo. Those are my breaths.
Oh, so you take breaths in between the ab. Shit.
Yeah. Woo.
The woo was the breath.
I'm so wavy, game time over, tryna play me. She want Piper, tell her maybe. Pump on that pussy, I go crazy. Know my super about the roller. They won't smoke, I tell niggas hold up. A billboard shotting about to blow up. Silly motherfuckers wonder.
He got the John Legend taco meat out.
You see it?
He got the John Legend out. God damn. So you a gangster on the low. You got anybody got tattoos on their chest? Kill people. You kill somebody? You got a big ass one.
Not yet.
Low key. You got whatever it is. What it say across your chest? Huh? See, and he got a gangster tattoo right on his chest. Everybody look out for Jay, man. He might kill somebody next year and get his ratings up. He's gonna have an R&B beat.
Wait, please don't say that. I got a quick kid.
He's gonna have an R&B beat, man, and gun somebody down real quick. Like, yeah, I did it. Go live real quick. Yeah, I did it. And I'll do it again. Whole lot of gang shit. You find them glitter glasses at?
Actually, one of my stylists filmed it for me, and that's the shit that I was like, that's not me, and they were like, you just gotta try it.
But it worked though.
Like this whole visual was like completely different from anything I've ever done before. Like they're like, yeah, we gonna have bitches with gloves bumping on you and shit. I'm like,
how did it? All right. So here's the thing. All right, we'll go video perception.
okay.
So when you get with your videographer, talk about your video. You have your concept, they have their concept. How much do you budge versus trying to make sure your concept comes across more than theirs?
For that video, that was pretty smooth. But the one video that I did shoot with Big Grizz, pull up.
You shot it with Big Grizz?
Yeah.
I ain't no Big Grizz shot videos.
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
I didn't know. That's my guy. I had Big Grizz pulled up to Atlanta and got busy in Atlanta at that show. Yeah, he great because we throw a lot of shows in Atlanta and Big Grizz grabbed the slot and did 10 minutes and got busy up there.
That's it. But the videographer for that, oh man, this shit was crazy. Like, I told her how I wanted to do like, cause I sampled like a little talking part from Freddie vs. Jason, the mom talking. So I told her that I wanted the concept to be like I'll be Freddy Krueger and then Big Grizz would be like Jason, and we be like going back and forth in the video and shit like that. And then I like get to the video shoot the day of. We got our outfits and everything. Grizz bought his fucking Jason mask and shit.
Right.
We get to the video shoot and she's like, I don't think this is gonna make sense. We should do something like this. I'm like,
Who shot it?
absolutely not. Lanice.
Lanice London?
That's Little Sis.
Really?
Yeah.
That's Little Sis.
Yep.
Damn,
Listen,
Lanice.
I've worked for her so many times. She shot my first ever video, Irrelevant. She shot Irrelevant. She did Pull Up. She did the Intuition self-titled track and stuff like that. It was just, again, it goes back to me just being like stubborn sometimes and like having tunnel vision, like this is what I want to do, and I want to see it through and shit.
Right.
Video came out tough. It was cool.
You know, she used to be an artist first, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Well, I've heard her stuff. Yeah.
I was her DJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was her DJ.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I've been working with Feisty Productions lately.
Okay. They do a good job. So
Yeah, sheesh.
they're broad. Like they open for anything. There's not even they have no debates. I'm trying to film this bitch in space. In space? Okay, yeah, we can figure it out. Let's go. We'll figure it out. Okay, space? Okay, we'll figure it out. How the fuck? Hey, now the day up, you're like, now how the fuck is they gonna figure out space? But when you set it to them, in your mind, look, I see this video, I'm on orbit right now. I'm dancing, I'm on the moon. And they like, you tell it to them, and then on the way there, like, now how the fuck am I gonna get on space today? The day up. How the fuck are they gonna put me on space?
But for some crazy reason, it's gonna happen. Even if it's a green screen.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's the thing. They are very, they're open. They pretty much don't have the feedback. Like if you say this is what you want, they're like, okay, this is what the artist want. Boom, this is what I'm gonna give them.
No, I love feedback because I want to know how I can elevate what I'm trying to do, you know, and make me stand out from everybody else. But at the same time, it's like, if I have an idea or concept, like, I just want it to be considered, like, you know, I just, like, yeah. Because going back to the whole dancing and choreography shit, like, and me putting together, like, productions as far as the dancers and themes and shit like that, like, I feel like I'm pretty good with shit like that. So if I'm telling you, like, oh, this is the theme I want to do, I want to do Freddie vs. Jason, and then shit like that, like, you gotta at least try to meet me 50-50 and see it through.
Is there another show that you want to put on?
Crazy you said that. I actually wanted to do like a birthday concert, but I'm kind of content with that whole intuition experience I did at the Level Up joint. And besides, like, between me and you and y'all,
I mean, you had purple lights. He had, I think you had like a purple suit on. I was like, on a quick glance, somebody's like a genuine. I was like, I watched the video like 3 times, like the IG that you posted. I was like, he put on like a fucking performance. Like, oh, this motherfucker got background dancing. That's already low-key celebrity status. Like, yeah, I'm gonna need y'all motherfuckers. Did y'all, how long was the choreography? Like, how long did y'all practice choreography?
Yeah, y'all got retelling everything. All the shit that people don't know, they gonna be like, oh yeah, we can do that too.
But this is shit people love though.
Yeah, this is shit that feed off. They get to know who you are.
So listen, that set that you're talking about, that was the last set that I did.
You get it. Yeah, I'm almost done the interview. Oh, the booth is up and ready. All right. Right there.
I know.
Anyway,
Very good.
rewind.
That's the other one.
Choreography.
Okay, choreography, yeah. So, fun fact about that whole situation, that was the last set. I did 2 sets. I opened up the show and then I closed the show. And that last set that you've seen, I put that together in a day, that whole set. Like, I literally went to my dance company studio on that Thursday and the show was Saturday, and I was like, yeah, so I want to have choreography to the song Only One. I did everything last minute. I told my partner, I was like, yo, I want you to sing the hook, because I don't feel like singing, because I don't feel like being out of breath, especially if I gotta dance, rap, and do all this extra shit. No, absolutely not. I said that last minute, and then I went to my choreographer last minute, like, I want choreography. And then I actually started teaching it, they got it. We probably went over it, like, the day of the show, probably like a couple times, and then we just fucking swung it. And
We got like dancers, not like you went on the block like, yo, I'm shooting a vid.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
So you got people that could pick up on choreography.
Yeah, I actually have like a dance company. Shout out to the Real, shout out to the Trinity family. Appreciate y'all, love you guys. More to come with y'all. But yeah, definitely got a dance company that works for me.
All right, one more song. What do you want the people to hear from that one time?
Man, do I want y'all to hear I Get Lifted or Big Mood?
Is it labeled I Get Lifted?
It's on. Excuse me. It's one of the songs on my page.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can watch Big Mood. That's up to you. I'll let you pick between I Get Lifted and Big Mood.
Is I Get Lifted on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but there's no video to it.
Oh.
But if you want to watch a video to Big Mood, you go watch that.
No, I want to hear I Get Lifted. What is it on YouTube?
Just keep scrolling down. Actually, you might have to click onto my
This one?
my profile right here.
I want to hear how you
And
Get
and go over. It's gonna be called I Get Lifted Remix.
There go Big Grids. TJ Friday, only one.
You probably gotta go over.
Give us you.
You gotta go
Do
to
all video. There we go. Oh, there it go. There we go.
You gotta push that joint up though to get the full effect.
I came in swinging like a rocket. Back in Puerto Rican, but my bitches call me Poppy. 81 vision is my year, who will stop me? Hottest in the city, mouth burn cause I'm spicy. Hold on. Y'all hear that beat right there? Y'all hear that beat right there?
People didn't even know this was a sample song. Casey the Sunshine.
Definitely bring that beat back. So we need to start that over. I need you to open your ears so y'all can listen to what this man is saying here, okay? I need y'all to get up on your feet like he told y'all to. Like I said, I need y'all to get up on your feet like he told you. Here you go. I came in swinging like a rocket. Back in Puerto Rican, but my bitches call me Poppy. 21 vision is my year, who will stop me? Hottest in the city, mouth burn cause I'm spicy. Switch gears like a drunk driver, I be talking reckless. 40 kid, pure gold, busted on my necklace. Run me up, you ain't in my lane, I'm next, bitch. Cross me if you want, you'll be added to my death wish. It's been a long time coming, I be getting to the money, boy. I ain't done running now. Up high. It's been a long time coming, I've been getting to the money, boy. I ain't done running now. Up high, I get lifted, style like 100 degrees. I get lifted, I can't breathe, I can't feel my face. Up high, I get lifted, lifted like 100 degrees. I get lifted, I can't see, I can't feel my face. Up high. It's been a long time coming, I've been getting to the money, boy. I ain't done running now. Up high, I get lifted, style like 100 degrees. I get lifted, I can't breathe, I can't feel my face. Up high. Old school trippin' like 90s, I'm still pimpin'. New nigga running the game, y'all still limpin'. Ice on my neck and my wrist, I'm so cold. I don't need no boost rider, all my shit I roll. Talking rumors as the elephant, drunk and high on the bed. Cars from another planet, maybe I was heaven sent. Kick it with a bad bitch, ran on my clothes. She ain't tryna give it up, then she gotta go. It's been a long time coming, I've been getting to the money, boy. I ain't done running now.
Is that the actual sample? Like no.
I mean, my engineer, you know, he played with like the going back and forth for dropping the beat and shit like that. But yeah,
That was so you just got the actual instrumental and was like, fuck it, we gonna vibe out.
Yep.
That shit definitely, that's a cookout.
Yeah.
That's some shit for the cookout.
When I told you, I got a lot of people mad at me like, yo, why ain't you post it?
Yeah, like I kind of agree.
No, I
Like
like that.
for the summer, you could have fucked the game up for the summer with that joint. That joint is definitely a fucking vibe. I see that. You know. Now all I can do is just wait and see what the next project, how that joint gonna go. You definitely got your eyes on you.
Yeah.
So definitely fucking dope. Definitely fucking dope. You definitely gotta.
Appreciate that.
You got your foot on the gas right now. Like you got a lot. You have your vision. You're seeing it through. I really.
So where's your music at right now? We just on YouTube? You anywhere else?
No, it's on all streaming platforms,
Okay.
Apple, Spotify,
You have a distribution.
Tidal. Yeah, distribution.
Okay.
I use DistroKid.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm gonna use them for my next project and shit like that.
What's up?
Only because I don't know if it was me or somebody else or District Kid. I'm still trying to figure that out until today. But my project originally was supposed to drop March 5th, and it was leaked on February 19th, and I'll never forget that. Because I woke up to all these phone calls like, congratulations. I'm like, what are we congratulating?
How did do that?
I have no idea.
Was the date entered wrong? Or?
Me, that's why I'm like, but I checked it. I know I put March 5th.
Oh, wow.
That's my birthday.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking about this.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. I don't know.
So, yeah, I don't know. But and then it was like a lot of work with that. I'm like getting phone calls like, oh, yeah, your project's good. So I'm like, fuck, I didn't even get a week of promotion.
Right.
Trying to push it.
No, I wasn't ready.
Right, I wasn't ready. So then I'm just like pushing it even harder, like, oh shit. Trying to make it seem like it was on purpose. Like, yeah, surprise my goddamn
You had to
self.
catch up. You had to catch up because it was already late, so, yeah.
Surprise,
Yeah,
I wasn't ready.
He was in recovery.
Right.
Yeah, he was in recovery mode. Gotta make this shit work.
I gotta clean this shit up now. Damn.
Yo, real shit. Like, he was like, oh, I was surprised. I was like, I'm surprised
Me
my damn
too.
self.
Right.
We all was surprised. But it worked out, and the project is doing good right now. Streams and numbers are looking where I want it to be, especially for me being like a artist pushing myself this year, and
Right.
people just hearing who I am now this year.
Alright.
I think everything's working out.
Right. Well, people, we're going to wrap this up. I appreciate Jdefinition coming through. It's been a long time coming out. I actually learned a lot more today about this man because all I did was see IG and see clips. But actually, I appreciate you coming and sitting down and breaking everything down. It was definitely a vibe. Definitely a fucking vibe. Appreciate you. So we're going to wrap this joint up. And we're going to finish drinking and rock the fuck out. So peace to the people that was in this motherfucker on this live. And we're going to add this joint and cut it up. And we're going to put this on YouTube and get you rocking.